One of the best things I've ever done for my mental health is consciously refuse to accept labels people put upon me. And those labels people put were often not with ill intention. They were often not to make me feel bad. It's just how people communicate, how people speak, because it's a lot easier to label people and use words than try to actually be concise. And what I mean by that is, if you look at words like introverted or extroverted, what do they actually mean? People just say those things without actually defining them. Because, in my opinion, 100% of humans are introverted if they don't like the people they're around, and 100% of people are extroverted if they do like the people they're around. Sure, some people are naturally more social. Sure, some people are naturally more shy. And I think another definition of introverted versus extroverted is, do you get energy after talking to people, or do you feel energy deprived? Well, again, I would argue it 100% depends on the people you're around, on your environment. And the reason why I believe that this is important is because if you say I'm introverted, that has some negative connotations to it. And you might believe that you're not as social as you could be, and you might not put yourself out there when it's important. Also, if you label yourself as extroverted and you're around a group of people that you don't particularly like, somebody might say, "Hey, I thought you're extroverted. Why don't you talk to them?" So many times, labels have some sort of negative connotation to it, and anything with a negative connotation, I don't think you should label yourself as. And this applies to everything. People say, "Hey, you are this type of person or that type of person." Be like, "Hey, you are a healthy person." Okay, just because I'm a healthy person doesn't mean I don't like to eat cookies or Oreos or brownies every once in a while. And even though, again, that might be a label with a positive intention, be like, "Hey, I thought you were a healthy person. How come you're eating McDonald's?" Well, because I fucking want to eat McDonald's. I'm not, you can't put me in a box. It's not like I only eat this food or only eat that type of food. I believe falling to the trap of labels, whether they're good or bad labels, always have some sort of a negative connotation to it. And they also have a positive connotation, but they also have a negative connotation. And I don't believe that you should accept that because that's not who you are. You are a multifaceted person. It's not like one word or a few words can describe your entire personality. Sometimes I eat healthy, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm very social, sometimes I'm not. Everything is on a continuum, it's not binary. People use binary words because it's a lot easier to communicate and wrap your heads around. Because people aren't going to say he's 8 out of 10 social. People don't really speak like that. People say he's either social or not social. People go to extremes, and that's where a lot of communication is missed and a lot of arguments are made. I believe in general, people will have far less arguments if they start the conversation with agreed upon definitions. When people say, I'm going to switch hands real quick because my hand hurts. There we go. Cool. So when people say, this table is big, your definition of big and my definition of big might be drastically different. And if we don't sit down and define the definition of big for the table, the argument will go on and on and on. Is this person like this or is it like this? Well, it depends entirely how you define it. So the message of this random rant is to only label yourself things that have 100% positive connotations to it. And if other people label you as such, that if other people label you in a way that's not 100% positive and you think might cause negative connotation, be afraid to not accept it. Because when people called me a health freak or health person, I almost felt guilty eating a cookie, which is stupid. I love cookies. Why would I not eat cookies? A lot of times people have positive intentions, but if you believe that you are a certain type of way, you want to continue being a certain type of way, and that is not conducive to life because life is not perfect. So, main message of this is realize that everyone is a continuum in regards to all words. Don't feel like just because somebody labeled you in one way that you have to stick to it and you have to be that type of person. Alright, hopefully that was helpful. If it was, subscribe, comment what else you want to hear more of and what you thought about this.